Time is 10 p.m. Weather conditions, partly cloudy, temperature 70.
Good evening, everyone. This is Net Control KK7 and MQI for the 1900 Net. This is a weekly net we hold every Wednesday evening. All right, let's start off with, this is a directed net, which is every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time. We do free check-ins at 6:30 Arizona time on 1900net.com. That is 1900net.com. So we have more discussion time for the 1900 net. The net is open to all amateur radios and covers a wide variety of subjects. Before there's the net, is there any emergency traffic or priority traffic? This is KK7 MQI Net Control. All right, so tonight's topic, and I want to thank Roger Light for this topic, is what other hobbies do you have other than amateur radio? Tonight, our check-ins are, we have Roger, LCM, Brent, KD8DLX, we have Jerry, N8WBV, we have Brad, K5BDL, we have David, KE5XD, and we have Sean, KG4BHR. All right. Well, let's see. What other hobbies do I have other than an amateur radio? Oh. But I have quite a few of them. I do, a bunch of the guys know that I do engines. I do also some tech support. And what else? I like to do audio engineering. And being in nature. Before I got sick, I used to love being in nature all the time, but I don't get to go out there that much anymore. But, yeah, I think that's some of my hobbies that I do. All right, next on my list we have Roger, KE8LCM. To you.
KE8LCM, yeah, I do a lot of different things, but mostly this really ties up a lot of my time with hobbies. I like to run servers, so that's, I guess, one thing that kind of pulls away from it, but I still tied it together. So I run servers that benefit us with the amateur radio stuff and different things like that. But I'm also a musician. I play drums and just about any other thing I pick up. Takes me a few, I can figure it out. And other than that, I'm just a jack of all trades, so I do a little bit of everything, dabble in a little bit of everything. Other than that, nothing else. Back to that, KE8LCM.
Yeah, you got me thinking there for a minute. I forgot I've been playing drums for a long time, too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's crazy. All my hobbies kind of tie into radio, too, so I'm not sure, except for engines, I guess. All right, next up on my list, we have Brent, KD8DLX.
This is Brent, KD8DLX. What do I do besides amateur radio? Well, I am into computers. I've got quite a few of them. Got a disk shelf, a 2U server there, a 1U server behind me, a main PC. I've got all kinds of stuff. Electronics. I guess you could just say I'm into electronics all around. I really enjoy it. like messing with stuff as long as I don't get the shit socked out of me. And I said a 4-letter word. Oops. But yeah, don't have much else to say. But I'm gonna get and turn it back over to Net Control. This is Brent, K88DLX.
Well, thank you there, Brent. Thank you for getting involved tonight. I think that's awesome. All right, let's see. Next on my list we have Jerry, N8UBV, Net Control to you.
Good evening to everybody that's on the net. And what other hobbies do I have besides amateur radio? Kind of very little, to be honest with you, other than I like to do fishing. I like to go fishing, so I don't know if you can consider that a hobby or not, but I do get to do that every now and then. I'm not no golfer or anything like that, and I know very little anything about computers and stuff, so that kind of leaves that part out. So I guess it's just amateur radio and maybe do a little fishing every now and then, so I do enjoy that. So with that, back to Net Control from N8WBV.
Well, you really can consider definitely a hobby, that's for sure. If I was out in the woods, I'd probably do the same. I'd like to do some fishing for sure. All right, next on my list, I haven't been going down to my list very well, or moving my deal. And we have Brad, K5BBDL. What do you do other than amateur radio as a hobby? This is Net Control to you.
Well, good evening, everyone. This is K5BDL, Brad in Tyler, Texas. Very warm again this evening, as has been all summer long. Let's see, besides amateur radio, my wife and I, by the way, check in my wife, K5PFL, Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima, Peggy, and she and I like to do waymarking and geocaching, and get us out outside whenever the weather is cooperative, and also we love fishing as well. And let's see, other things, other than that, we'll just watching sports and just enjoying time together. Back to Net Control, K5EDL.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and joining us tonight. I see that you're a first-timer, and we greatly appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us and playing radio. Awesome. Good to hear from you. Next on my list, we have Dave, KE5XD.
Yeah, good evening, Justin. KK7MQI. Thank you from KE5XD. I think you might want to back Mike a little, Josh. I think you are overdriving it, a little distorted. But good to see Brad in there tonight. Another class call. That's pretty awesome. I often see too many class calls over here. So hopefully you'll be back next week. But yeah, hobbies, I guess I was going to say computers is the other major hobby. I got way too many computers. I probably got like 10 too many, because I've probably got like 15 computers that are running around here. But otherwise, I'm in case for that. But I think Brent stated a good electronics. So yeah, I've been doing electronics since I was 12 years old. So I guess electronics is a hobby, playing with wires and switches and stuff. And I did that for a living. So I did my hobby for a living. So that was fun, being able to work with fiber optics and microwave radios and all that good fun stuff. But my other hobbies are gardening and a little bit of genealogy, little family trees research, but I haven't done that in quite a while. I need to get back on that, but I'm falling behind on the genealogy. So. But golfing and bowling. I did do some bowling when I was in high school, and I've been in bowling a few times since. But haven't done that in quite a long time, but it's always a fun hobby, too. All right, well, back to that. It's going very well there. KQ in the group, 1900 net. This is KE5XD, Detroit, Michigan.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight, Dave. We appreciate you being there. And that's awesome. Lots of computers. Lots of us do computer stuff. We seems to be in our blood, I guess. You play with radios and electronics, and computers are bound to be in there somewhere. All right, and next on my list, we got Sean, KG4BHR. This is net control to you. All right, maybe not. I checked in. Maybe you just wanted to check in and out. No worries. And to the list, if there's anything else you would like to say, we'll go one more round with everybody for last comments for the net. I'll say 7-3 to everybody, and I enjoy everybody that's come and came and enjoyed the net tonight, and we thank you. Thank you for participating. It's what makes it stay alive, for sure. Next on the list would be Roger, K8LCM. Any last words?
Oh, not much. Anybody who's listening, listens but doesn't check in, should check in with us. Lots of fun to do. Keeps things going. Make sure your stuff's working. And all that fun stuff. If you're listening, you ain't checked out the AmateurWire VoIP system, you should check out AmateurWire.org. It's a little phone system kind of like the Ham Shack hotline. We do work together with another VoIP service, though, Hams over IP, unlike the Ham Shack hotline. So, nothing else. Back to that. K8LCM.
Hey, no shame in the game there. Get your plug in, that's for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, and everybody that's out there listening, that's right. Don't be afraid to come and join us and have fun. Check us out, read about us on 1900.net.com, and you'll be able to get more information there, and check out my QRZ page for sure. All right, next on my list we have Brent, that's KD8DLX. Any last things you want to say?
This is Brent, KD8DLX. Really don't have much to say, but yes, please do check out AmateurWire and KEALCM.com, and you can check us out on Jitsi. That'd be jitsi.kealcm.com/KEALCM. That'll get you right in, and you can come and shoot the stuff with us and have a good time. Everybody generally does have a good time. Well, we'll go ahead and turn it back over to Net Control. This is Brent, KD8DLX.
Awesome to hear you in there, Brent. Thank you, and have a great week. And yeah, you guys check out AmateurWire for sure. It's definitely the thing. Roger's done a great job over there building it, and it's definitely worth the check out for sure. Next on the list, we have Jerry, N8WBV.
Well, good evening. Well, not a whole lot to add to that. I think everybody's pretty well covered the bases there. Other than with the extremely warm weather that everybody's been having, at least a lot of us been having, just to kind of stay in, stay cool, and do all that, and hydrate plenty for folks. With that, back over to Net Control from N8WPV.
All right, Jerry, you have yourself a great week, and yeah, we appreciate you being in there as well. All right, next on my list, we have Brad, K5BDL.
Well, this is K5EDL. Don't have a whole lot more to add. Just everybody have a great evening out there, and maybe catch you next week. Glad to discover this net. Found it on NetLogger, and I will save it for check-in the future. Everybody have a great evening out there. Stay safe. K5EDL.
you have yourself a great week, Brad, and we thank you for coming and joining us. And welcome anytime. Definitely put the word out to anybody else you know that would like to come join us. That's what we're here for. We got quite the connection, and we're not just here in the States. We're also over in Spain, the UK, and I believe somewhere in Scotland, I believe, as well. So, yeah, we're definitely getting out there and enjoying playing radio. So, awesome. Next on my list, we have Dave, KE5XD.
Okay, Josh, very good. Good to hear everybody out there. Everybody sounding good. And had a pretty good amateur air today. I missed my walk this morning, my 2-mile walk, and I tried about 4 or 5 different places. Nobody was there. I finally tried one of the local repeaters on the other side of town. And an Echolink, and I talked to 2 stations that I'd never talked to before, so Mike and John. So I'm going to put them in my log. And I got back home here, talked to Ian for a couple minutes on the peanut, and then I went to the store to buy a new dishwasher tonight, and it's sitting in the front room. And one of the guys there that works at the hardware store that I used to work came up with his company radio, and he was sending CQ on the radio with the push-to-talk button. He saw my Yeezu hat, so I met him in Ham at my old work location. So had a pretty good day. All right, catch everybody next week, hopefully. KK7MQI on the net and KE5XD.
Hey, well, it's good that you're out there getting out there and walking. That's nice. And keeping the youth alive, for sure. Good to hear you in there, Dave, and yeah, have a great week yourself. Also, next on my list, oh yeah, that's right, Sean, he was in there and out, so let me do anybody else out there that's been listening that would like to check in for first time or would be a late check-in. Come now with your call sign phonetically and your first name.
N0NEO, row.
Hey, good in there. Good evening there, Raul. Got you in there. So the topic for this evening was what do you do other than play radio as a hobby? For amateur, yeah. What else do you do other than play amateur radio as a hobby?
Good evening, Nat. Good evening, KK7MQI. Good evening, Josh. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Josh. Good to hear your voice. I haven't heard you for a while. I actually been missing a couple of nets. Came in then to the net. I was like, oh, I got to log in. Sometimes we're kind of busy. But it's always a pleasure hearing you guys out here from Los Angeles, California. Such as hobbies, that's a tough one, especially since everything pretty much right now revolves around ham radio. That's just the other hobby I currently have. Probably training with pistols. That will be my other hobby that we'll have. Going out on the with a couple buddies and just do training. That's pretty much all I'll do other than just radio. Other than that, nothing else to report. Josh, back to you, Nick and Joe. This is November 0, November Echo Oscar from Los Angeles, California. Roll.
Yeah, I think we all came up with the kind of census tonight that it was that way. Everybody, we all have, everything we do kind of revolves around ham radio in some way or is involved with ham radio. So, yeah, also, and I forgot to tell everybody it was my birthday. I'm 47. I got a little bit older today and don't feel a whole lot older. Just one day older anyway. But, yep. So, that was it for the evening. I enjoyed everybody checking in and having a good night and good net. And we'll definitely appreciate everybody coming back next week. This is Nick Gold, NQI, and I'm returning everything back to all its original states. Thank you and good evening.